About 8 months ago or so, 9 months, I posted a comment on this fellow's video, Alfred Lebermont Weber, Why I Exposed Kevin Annett. He's throwing Kevin Annett under the bus with his ITCCS, International Tribunal of Crimes of Church and State. And I left a comment. I'll scroll down. I left a comment, and look at this, 71 replies under my comment that says, you are not destroying the man Annett, you are destroying the cause he represents. Welcome to the court of YouTube. Libel, hearsay, gossip replaces evidence for feeble minds. Now in this little video that this guy does, he's going to prove that his court, his international tribunal doesn't really exist. All right, okay. So Kevin Annett, who is an advocate, who comes out and says that there have been at least 50,000 Aboriginal children in Canada have gone missing, murdered, since whenever they started their residential schools in 18-something, you know, the Hudson Bay Company and the churches and the Queen, and they established to try and eradicate the Aboriginal culture from Canada, a brilliant culture that lasted for thousands and thousands of years. Who knows how long, how old that culture is, you know, just because they didn't write it down like Scaligeri and Petavius in the 17th century and 16th century to create a consensual chronology of our history, which is a bunch of hooey anyway. But get rid of the people that actually have some substance and meaning in their history. Get rid of those guys. And Kevin Annett. Now, I want to just come out on this because I keep getting inboxes on this, especially from this charlatan, this Frankie Moore, M-O-R-E. He has a picture of himself. He's an Aboriginal, and there is an intense anger towards Annett from the Aboriginal community, which is interesting in itself. I find that interesting in itself because there are people out there that are going to undermine the spirit, the well-being of all of us. And I'm not going to go into that because they can just keep, you know, I blocked this prick. He's disparaging me because I have this feeling within myself. I don't know why I do. I just have this sense. The reason we're in the shitter that we're in, and I'm you know, you're seeing this bimbo on the screen. I'll scroll down a little bit more, but the reason anyway, I have this sense within myself that we're in the shitter we're in with Fukushima and this monumental destruction, this attack against all life on this planet is because we have abandoned our responsibility to protect the most vulnerable around us, especially children. And 2 million children, and I think that's conservative, 2 million children are abducted, lost, gone, murdered, disappeared every year. There's actually 8 million that are abducted, but 2 million are definitely never show up again. And this is like an insidious, brutal reality that we live in, that children right from the get are abused. They get vaccinations within 10 days of birth. They have like 5, 6, 7, 10 vaccinations in their fragile bodies because the religion of science has decided that they need injections and vaccinations, and all this stuff is going on. And the reason I'm making this video is because I'm getting inbox messages from people that are saying, you idiot, you haven't got a clue, Annett is a fraud. All right, here's my point about Kevin Annett. I've not talked to him, I've never met him. I have not come across any of his materials in terms of the ITCCS personally, but here's what I say. This is a person that, for me, is standing up for children. And I don't know how you're going to cut this into a fraud. Oh, he's making money and womanizing. He's hobnobbing around the Riviera and lying on the beach sipping pina coladas. Who the hell is lying on the beaches sipping pina coladas? It's the Kissingers of the world. The people that are running the joint are doing that, not this guy. So, okay, Mr. Weber here is exposing Annett as a fraud. And he's the guy into exopolitics. Now, what's exopolitics? Oh, you might well ask, what is exopolitics? It's the hearsay about aliens and their relationship to this planet. What is it that the aliens have to do with us? This guy is talking about aliens for the most part of his life, and now he's going to attack Annett and expose him as a fraud because he doesn't have a proper address and whatever he's created in this ITCCS. I don't give a shit about the ITCCS. Whatever this guy can do to protect, to save one child. If Kevin Annett, in his advocacy, has saved one child from being abducted, murdered, molested, abused, used in sexual depravities, this guy Weber, has never actually accomplished any of that. And I would say that Kevin Annett would be, for me, the patron saint of children. You can see I'm really pissed off with this. I mean, I'm fed up. It's like, and I don't really give a shit about the comments down below here. Look at the comments. I've had like, 71 replies. Look at this, 71 replies. And I just want to read this one. This is my response because I was getting these replies all the time. I said, you know, I think that Annett is attempting to lay a foundation. This is important. He's laying a foundation in our brains, in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls, in our conscience, in our fucking conscience. He's trying to lay a foundation, an idea for an infrastructure that we can use to get these criminals that murder and abuse children and their proxies off our streets and give society a chance to recover and flourish. We will never get out from under our punished bodies. All of us, we've all been punished in some form, and our bodies and psyches, as long as we allow these crimes against children to continue. This idea is something that Weber has obviously missed or ignored with malice. With malice. I'm convinced, with malice. I don't know Annett, nor do I have evidence to defend him on the courts, but his advocacy is the most courageous action to accuse some of the most powerful and dangerous people. We're talking about like the Vatican, the popes, the Francis and the Benedicts, the Ratzingers, all these types, the church, the leaders of the churches, leaders of government, like Jimmy Savile providing children like a puppy mill to these degenerates to do what the hell they want. This is all exposed. This is a fact. This is the residential schools in Canada. This is a fact. 50,000 children missing from the residential schools. They tried to eradicate the Aboriginal culture in Canada, and the Prime Minister Harper had to come out and apologize for the conduct of the government toward the Aboriginals in this country. This is not a dispute. And this is what Kevin Annett is saying, but he's actually saying it's a lot worse. It's a lot worse than what you think it is. None of his detractors come even close to what he does and represents. Do I have read more? What else have I got there? Okay. Hope that helps to explain my defense of Annett. Well, this here is sort of like, yeah, it's my defense, and I don't give a shit if he womanizes, which he doesn't. I'm sure he doesn't. This is all like this is like the archetypal thing. They come out of their holes, these Weber Lebermonts, they come out of their holes. The people that are disparaging Annett, they come out of they're under a rock, they crawl out from under their rocks. This is a strategy that is being used by people to disparage someone that is, what a noble soul. I mean, what a bloody noble soul. He's putting his head on the line. He's putting his life out there, and it's quite amazing. And look at this. Let's see, did I click on, I have 71 replies on this. Is that my thing? 71 replies, yeah. Look at that. People go, I'll put a link, you know, you can see how there have been supportive people here, and this idiot here at the end here, they have no name, right? Look at the icon that this guy uses. Now, why would anybody take this idiot for, why would you take somebody that puts an icon like this seriously? He's disparaging Annett. You can see what's happening here. And people, I just want to reiterate this, that the shitter that we're in is because we have abdicated our responsibility toward the most vulnerable on this planet. And it's not going to get any better. And I wish everybody that comments on this would stop externalizing the problem. It's an inner problem. The complicity is with each person on this planet. All 7 billion souls know how bad it is and have given up the responsibility. So stop externalizing and blaming everybody else. It's me. It's me. If I don't do my part to make sure that the people that can't defend themselves are defended, we're all gonna go under. It's like a very selfish thing to defend the vulnerable, because if we don't, greed, it has replaced conscience. That what people have attached themselves to, and the continuous blame on YouTube against people, it has no value whatsoever. We need to internalize the problem. We need to internalize the fact that this has happened. The main event, which is the main event of all destruction, is Fukushima and the nuclear criminal syndicate running roughshod over all of us. And the reason it's happening, the a priori, as I have said, is the fact that all of us are not taking responsibility of protecting the most vulnerable around us. This is how it starts. That's how it works. That's what I understand. That's why I make videos. That's why I'm exposing these fuckers, these frauds, these pricks, these reptiles like the Webbers who want to deal with exopolitics. Watch, the next thing is like the invasion from Mars. We're going to get the invasion from Mars. Get ready, people. Get your bunker ready, or whatever it is. How do you prepare for that? You know, the guys with the big heads and the huge eyes. Yeah, and he's trying to find an address for the ITCC. Yeah, look at this. Do you want to hear what he says?
But no numbers get given, and all of the names that have been given by Kevin Annett, including George DeFort for ITCCS, alleged ITCCS personnel in Brussels, are bogus. These individuals do not exist, and our textual analysis of the emails that the so-called George DeFort sent me, or that another person on the ITCCS directorate sent me, is that the emotional tone, the text, is identical to Kevin Annett.
Fine. How about comparing this to his alien agenda, exposing how the aliens are going to come, his sort of like wet dream about alien existence in the universe. I haven't got a clue about aliens. I haven't got a clue what it's like to what existence, what kind of reality after I die. These people love to speculate in the meaninglessness of the universe, and now they have a culprit. They have a suspect. They have a suspect called Kevin Annett, who has told them an address that doesn't work. I don't give a shit about the fucking address. What I give a shit about is the fact that you're going to stand up for the people that are the most vulnerable on this planet, and all they're caught up with is the lint in their navel. This guy is all about the lint in his navel. That's it. I'm done.